Kalidou Koulibaly will sit out Chelsea's Champions League clash against Red Bull Salzburg with a knee injury that saw him miss Man Utd's visit. PSG have denied that the alleged leaked details of Kylian Mbappe's contract are true, and are reportedly threatening legal action over the situation. In a statement, for Tariq Panja, the French champion said PSG confirms story is completely wrong with not a single detail being correct. The timing of the spurious publication by this media outlet is also surprising, just days before an important Champions League match. Vinicius Jr. has called for anyone found guilty of racist abuse to be given lifetime bans from attending football matches. Speaking to Brazilian TV Globo, Vinicius Jr. said, "If you hurt other people, you must pay. It's hard to say that racism in soccer will end with so many people still doing it, but I like to believe that there are more good people than bad. All the racist people must pay in some way. They like to watch soccer, so those Atletico Madrid fans should never be allowed to step foot in a stadium again. That will make them suffer the consequences and reflect about their actions." According to TalkSport, Liverpool are favourites for signing Borussia Dortmund starlet Youssoufa Moukoko next summer. The 17-year-old forward has impressed for Borussia Dortmund this season, having scored 4 goals in 10 league games. His contract expires at the end of the season, and Liverpool reportedly will be the club most likely to sign him for free. Inter striker Lautaro Martinez has claimed his team will not win the Serie A title this season as they have dropped too many points already. After much speculation, Carrick has been named the head coach of Middlesbrough in his first permanent role at the helm of a club. Carrick has previously managed, albeit briefly when he won 2 and drew 1 of 3 games in charge of Manchester United following the dismissal of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer last season. After 3 years in Turin, Adrien Rabiot now finds himself at a crossroad with his Juventus contract expiring at the end of the season. He has been an ever-present in the Bianconeri team since his 2019 free transfer from PSG. Having come under intense criticism from Juve fans in early part of his career, Rabiot has proven to be one of club's more reliable players this season, and manager Max Allegri appreciates the Frenchman's importance to his system. Juventus are keen to reward Rabiot with a contract renewal in view of his recent impressive performances, but his mother and agent Veronique is opposed to the idea, and could be holding out for more lucrative wages elsewhere, according to a report from La Gazzetta dello Sport. As per Kicker, via FC Binside, Lucas Hernandez is set to renew his contract with Bayern Munich on a long-term deal. Hernandez's current contract expires only in 2024, however. Bayern Munich reportedly see him as a part of their defense for the next decade along with the likes of Matthijs de Ligt and Dayot Upamecano, and want to secure his long-term future with the club. Real Sociedad midfielder David Silva has been ruled out of action until after the 2022 World Cup due to a thigh injury. Paris Saint-Germain are considering taking legal action after it was reported by the French press. Le Parisien recently reported that Kylian Mbappe will earn a gross of €630 million in 3 seasons with the Parisians. Pep Guardiola does not think Jude Bellingham would be the player that he is if he had moved to another English club instead of signing for Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund is a perfect place for the young talented players to come. Maybe if Jude Bellingham had gone to City, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea or Tottenham, the top teams in England, maybe he could not get the minutes that he has had, and the best thing for a young player to be a better player is to play minutes, he said. Aston Villa have confirmed Unai Emery as their new manager following a whirlwind exit from Villarreal. Unlike most of the rest of the squad, Haaland will not be heading to the World Cup when the Premier League takes a break in November and December after Norway failed to qualify. The striker will instead be given a holiday before returning to training to prepare for the second half of the season. Pep Guardiola expects him to head for Marbella, but joked that the number 9 will have to lay off the food and drink if he wants to arrive in peak condition to pick up where he left off. Haaland has scored an astonishing 22 goals from 14 games ahead of his return to Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday night. It's the first time in our lives it'll happen, so we don't know how the players will come back. If they are champion, they will be really positive. Or the guys knocked out might have more holidays. This incredible schedule, you've seen how many players will miss the World Cup because of this insane calendar. People are used to it. Some will need less time, more time, but they will settle. They will adapt. Hakim Ziyech could be on his way out of Chelsea, as the club are reportedly considering using him in a swap deal to sign Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot. It was expected that the Moroccan would be given another chance at Stamford Bridge when Graham Potter replaced Thomas Tuchel at the helm, but that has not been the case and he has stayed down the pecking order. Speaking to RMC Sport at the Grevin Museum in Paris, Zidane cheekily dropped a hint he wasn't far away from stepping back into management. He said, "I will be back soon. Wait a little bit. Soon. I am not far from coaching again." Chelsea are set to continue their backroom staff revamp and appoint as Monaco technical director Lawrence Stewart, according to a report. New owner Todd Boehly, who took over the club from Roman Abramovich earlier this year, has made his intentions to reshape the hierarchy at the club clear, and the appointment of Stewart will signal another step in that direction. Real Madrid will face RB Leipzig on Tuesday without star midfielder Luka Modric. Carlo Ancelotti is already missing key faces in Karim Benzema, Fede Valverde, and Thibaut Courtois. The Frenchman has muscle fatigue and the Uruguayan picked up a knock after a gruesome challenge at the weekend. Both are expected to return against Girona this Sunday. Modric was in the squad initially, and only on Monday morning did Real Madrid release a statement declaring that he would miss the match and would not travel with the team either. Chelsea will not prioritize a deal for Manchester United's want-away star Cristiano Ronaldo, according to journalist Ben Jacobs, who says Graham Potter has other striker targets above the Portuguese superstar on the shopping list. AC Milan's Rafael Leao, Brentford's Ivan Toney, and Lille's Jonathan David have all been name-checked as potential striker targets on Blues' radar. PSG started working on Messi's extension. A return to Barcelona may not happen when everyone thinks that Leo Messi's return to Barcelona is decided. It may not happen at all. As Le Parisien writes, the Parisians started working on extending the contract of the 35-year-old player. The Argentine has been offered an extension until 2024, with the prospect of an automatic extension until 2025. Currently, PSG is working on the financial issues of the agreement. Chelsea want to sign Neymar from Paris Saint-Germain in 2023, according to El País. PSG offered the Blues the chance to take the Brazilian in loan in the summer, but they balked at having to pay a portion of his salary exceeding €10 million. Chelsea's stance has now softened and they are prepared to cover his full €40 million wage packet to arrange a permanent deal in the new year. Marcus Rashford's form this season has been hard to grasp for many. He is Manchester United's top scorer, having found the net against Liverpool and Arsenal. He also came up trumps against Omonia and Cyprus when the team was under the cosh, but he went missing against Manchester City, albeit on the back of an injury, and struggled against Chelsea after frustrating displays against Newcastle and Tottenham. United's striker situation means he is likely to lead the line against Sheriff on Thursday as the Reds chase that all-important top spot in their Europa League group. Anthony Martial has not returned from injury despite Erik ten Hag inferring that he was nearing a return last week.